Stephen Curry out at least week with first hamstring strain. Golden State Warriors star Stephen Curry will miss at least 1 week of the playoffs after he was diagnosed with a grade 1 left hamstring strain. The Warriors announced Curry's status after he underwent an MRI on Wednesday, saying he will be re-evaluated in 1 week. An exact return timeline will be based on how Curry responds to rehab with his first career muscle strain, sources told ESPN's Shams Charania. Curry suffered the injury during the second quarter of the Warriors' 99-88 game, 1 win over the Minnesota Timberwolves in the Western Conference semifinals Tuesday. He is set to be out through at least Game 4 on Monday. After that, Game 5 would be on May 14th, followed by 3 days off before Game 6 on May 18th, with Game 7 on May 20th. He's obviously crushed, Coach Steve Kerr said after Tuesday's win. But the guys picked him up and played a great game, and obviously we're all concerned about Steph, but it's part of the game. After Curry scored on a driving 14-foot floater with 8:48 remaining in the second quarter, he could be seen grabbing at his left leg. He signaled to the bench to come out, but remained in the game for 29 seconds before play was stopped. Curry then walked straight to the locker room, finishing the game with 13 points in 13 minutes. Curry will miss his first playoff game since the 2018 Western Conference semifinals, when he had a knee injury. "I think we all want No 30 back, that is for sure," Jimmy Butler III said Tuesday. "But we want him to do his best for himself, best for our group. Until then, we can hold down the fort. I know we can." Following the news of Curry's injury timeline, the Timberwolves' odds to win the series moved from -165 to -200 at ESPN BET. The Warriors are now a +170 underdog. Minnesota is now a 10.5-point favorite for Game 2, 5 points more than the Timberwolves were favored by for Game 1. India-Pakistan live updates. Pakistan vows retaliation after Indian airstrikes follow Kashmir attack. Pakistan said the assault by India had killed 31 people. India blames its neighbor and rival for a terrorist attack in the disputed region of Kashmir last month that also killed 26 people. Pakistan PM Shehbaz Sharif addresses the nation. Addressing the nation on Thursday evening, Pakistani Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif framed India's overnight attack as cowardly and commended the Pakistan Army's downing of 5 Indian fighter jets during the confrontation over the line of control. India has not confirmed that the fighter jets were shot down. Sharif has called it Pakistan's crushing response to the attack. "We will definitely stand against India and win," he added. Sharif also reiterated that Pakistan was not involved in the attack that killed 26 people in Indian-controlled Kashmir last month. Death toll rises to 31, Pakistan Army says. The spokesperson for the Pakistan Armed Forces has just held an emergency news conference, saying that the death toll from India's overnight assault has risen to 31, and the number of injured to 57. Cowboys trade for Steelers WR George Pickens. Frisco, Texas. The Dallas Cowboys' search for a number 2 wide receiver opposite Pro Bowler CeeDee Lamb has landed them George Pickens. The Cowboys and Pittsburgh Steelers agreed to a trade Wednesday that will send Pickens to Dallas for a 2026 third-round pick. The Cowboys will also send a 2027 fifth-round pick to the Steelers and get back a 2027 sixth-round pick. 3 weeks ago, Cowboys owner and general manager Jerry Jones hinted the club was working on substantive trades, involving players that could be completed before or after the NFL draft. Had Teteroa McMillan been available when the Cowboys picked number 12 in the first round, the wide receiver would have been Dallas' first-round pick, sources said, but he went number 8 to the Carolina Panthers. The Cowboys did not pick a wide receiver in the remaining 6 rounds, despite the need. Pickens, a second-round pick of the Steelers in 2022, is entering the final year of his rookie contract. Sources told ESPN's Jeremy Fowler that the Cowboys do not plan to extend Pickens' contract and will let him play out the final year. The trade comes as Pickens' role as the Steelers' top wide receiver appeared to be supplanted after Pittsburgh traded for DK Metcalf in March. The Steelers are also awaiting an answer from quarterback Aaron Rodgers about whether he will play in 2025. The Cowboys will have their starting quarterback, Dak Prescott, back after he missed the final 9 games last season with a hamstring avulsion that required surgery. With Lamb and Pickens, the Cowboys have their best wide receiver duo since Lamb was paired with Amari Cooper in 2020-21. Dallas acknowledged the desire for a number 2 wideout at several points in the offseason and had conversations with several clubs regarding a trade before setting their eyes on Pickens. Pickens, 24, had 59 catches for 900 yards and 3 touchdowns last season. He posted at least 50 receptions, 800 yards and 3 touchdowns in each of his 3 seasons with the Steelers. He missed 3 games in 2024 because of a hamstring strain and had a number of on-field incidents. Pickens was flagged twice for unsportsmanlike conduct in a Week 13 win against the Cincinnati Bengals. A week earlier, he was involved in a scuffle with Cleveland Browns cornerback Greg Newsome too during a Hail Mary attempt. "He's just got to grow up, man," Steelers coach Mike Tomlin said after the win over the Bengals. "This is an emotional game, man. These divisional games are big. He's got a target on his back because he's George. He understands that. But he's got to grow up. He's got to grow up in a hurry." Tomlin also reiterated that stance in his end-of-season news conference a month later. "There's certainly obviously more room for growth there," Tomlin said in January. "I think he covered some ground in 2024, but there's certainly a heck of a lot more ground to be covered, and we'll see where it leaves us." With Pickens shipped off to Dallas, Calvin Austin III, a 2022 fourth-round pick, becomes the Steelers' leading returning receiver with 548 yards and 4 touchdowns last season. Beyond Austin, Pittsburgh also returns Roman Wilson, Scotty Miller, and Ben Skowronek, and signed Robert Woods as a free agent. Wilson, a 2024 third-round pick, appeared in 1 game last season as he battled several injuries. Woods, 33, spent the past 2 seasons in Houston and had 203 receiving yards in 2024. In November, the Cowboys sent a 2025 fourth-round pick to the Panthers for Jonathan Mingo, who caught 5 passes for 46 yards but did not play with Prescott. Jalen Tolbert, a third-round pick in 2022, set career highs last season in catches 49, yards 610, and touchdowns 7, which led the team. Lamb led the Cowboys with 101 receptions for 1,194 yards and 6 touchdowns before ending the season on injured reserve because of a shoulder injury with 2 games remaining. Utah picks Mammoth as mascot to end year-long search. Goodbye, Utah Hockey Club. Tusks up, Utah Mammoth. After a 13-month process that included trademark drama and more than 850,000 ballots cast by fans in multiple rounds of voting, Utah Mammoth was revealed as the new name and permanent identity for the NHL franchise Wednesday. It replaces Utah Hockey Club, a temporary name for its inaugural 2024-25 season after Smith Entertainment Group purchased and relocated the former Arizona Coyotes franchise to Salt Lake City. When it came to naming the team, we did something unprecedented, going through 4 rounds of community voting, including getting feedback not only on potential names but also on potential logos, Utah owners Ryan and Ashley Smith said in a statement. The community chose the Utah Mammoth brand, and it stands as a symbol of who we are, where we came from, and the unstoppable force we're building together. Utah began selling a limited selection of first-run Utah Mammoth merchandise, including t-shirts, hats, and hoodies, at the team store inside Delta Center on Wednesday. A news conference featuring NHL Commissioner Gary Bettman was also scheduled at the arena. Mammoth jerseys will be available for purchase later this offseason. They will be seen at the NHL draft in June, as Utah selections will wear the new sweaters. Utah won the second draft lottery drawing Monday night to receive the 4th overall pick. Utah will introduce a mammoth-inspired mascot at home games next season, which will be revealed in the coming months. The name, which inadvertently leaked on the team's official YouTube channel last week, was inspired by herds of mammoths having claimed what would become Utah as their home more than 10,000 years ago. Fossils have been found throughout the state, and a complete mammoth skeleton was discovered in Huntington Canyon in 1988. Evidence suggests mammoths charged in herds at speeds exceeding 25 miles per hour, comparable to the speeds reached by the fastest skaters in the NHL, the team said in its release. According to the team, Utah chose a singular mammoth rather than mammoths because it symbolizes one team, all in and all of Utah. The new team logo, the head of a mammoth with a curved tusk, features several Easter eggs for fans. The snow-capped Wasatch Mountain Range makes up the top of the mammoth's head. The silhouette of Utah and a negative space M are hidden on the left side of the logo. The curved tusk is meant to evoke the letter U for Utah. Tusks Up is the team-endorsed rallying cry for Mammoth fans. Utah will wear its new Mammoth logo on home jerseys and the state's name on away jerseys, joining the Carolina Hurricanes as the only teams currently wearing a logo on one jersey and a word mark on the other. According to Utah, the road jerseys continue messaging from the team's inaugural season to put a prominent focus on representing Utah when we're away from the state. The Mammoth will wear patches with the state of Utah and a hockey stick on the shoulders of their home jerseys and a patch with the Mammoth logo on the shoulder of their away jerseys. The rebranding ends a process that began over a year ago. The team was known as Utah Hockey Club in 2024-25 after having little time to decide on a permanent nickname and logo. Design firm Doubleday and Cartwright developed the team's color scheme: rock black, salt white, and mountain blue, while targeting the franchise's second season for an official nickname. SEG released a Qualtrics poll in May 2024 featuring 20 potential team names. That produced 6 finalists in June for another fan vote: Blizzard, Utah HC, Mammoth, Outlaws, Venom, and Yeti. During Utah's inaugural season, Yeti was widely considered to be the team's eventual name, even by its players. But Utah announced in January that it would not be moving forward with Yeti or Yetis as a nickname after the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office rejected a trademark application for Utah Yetis because of the likelihood of confusion for consumers to other companies and brands that use the name. Among those parties was Yeti Coolers LLC, which makes drinkware, coolers, and clothing. With Yeti and Yetis out, the team announced in January that Utah Hockey Club, Utah Mammoth, and Utah Wasatch would be the finalists in a fan vote at Delta Center. Fans voted with iPads located at stations around the arena that featured the names, logos, and potential branding for each option. While Wasatch was never a part of previous fan votes, the team included it as a new option. It referenced a local mountain range and would have allowed the team to use a mythical snow hill creature in the form of a Yeti as its mascot. But when the team saw early vote returns, Utah Wasatch was quickly swapped out for Utah Outlaws. While the vote totals weren't released, the team said Mammoth was the clear favorite in the final round of voting. Utah said the names in the final voting group were all clear of any trademark issues. There's also no issue with the neighboring Colorado Mammoth of the National Lacrosse League. According to the team, Utah has been in regular dialogue with Kroenke Sports and Entertainment, which owns the lacrosse franchise and has received support for the new Utah team name. As for Utah Hockey Club, the team said that name and branding will always be a part of our history and could be honored in a nostalgic way in the years to come.